What's up, everyone? I wanted to try something new this week. Reaching week 30 of the Paint and Meditate series, it felt like a good round number to take a break from that and try something a little different. So in this series, which I'm calling Paint and Poetry, I'm going to be doing art that is inspired from different poems I have written. And I'm really excited to do this because I think it's going to show a little more personal example of what creating with eternal perspective really looks like. Many of these poems were written in times when I was feeling defeated or confused, and so just showing how out of that time and leaning into him and trusting him led me to be able to create things that just pointed my mind back to the bigger picture of remembering who's in control, who's fighting for us, and just the truths of the Lord's character in it all. And all the poems that will be inspiring the paintings will be coming from my poetry book, Transform. And part of the reason I want to share it too is just because the world seems so crazy right now, right? So much is going on. It's really easy to feel defeated and discouraged and hopeless. And the whole point of writing this book is to share my story of coming out of depression and cynicism to finding my faith in Jesus and hope to live again. And the whole purpose of writing this was to help encourage other people who may be in that same situation, that there is hope, that there is a God who sees them and loves them. So just with the chaotic times and knowing the holidays are just around the corner, wanted a chance to tell you guys about this book in case you need that encouragement or anyone else you know might need that gift of hope as well. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about this at the end of the video, whether or not you like this new series, if you'd rather me go back to Paint and Meditate or continue to do more poetry and painting. Leave those comments below. These videos are for you, to help encourage you and to help us grow together in the faith. So I really value your thoughts and the videos that you'd like to see me making on this channel. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump in. Woo! The poem I chose to do for this painting is called Lake of Peace. And remembering where I was when I wrote the poem, I wanted to try to emulate that setting in this painting. This poem was written on February 25th, 2016. I was in my final semester of college, taking way more credits than was recommended. And between that and working on the weekends, I was pretty overwhelmed most days, to say the least. This day in particular, I was feeling very unmotivated and a little discouraged. Instead of all the work I knew I should have been doing, I ended up driving 30 minutes to one of my favorite parks. If I stayed at home or at school practicing, I knew I was going to be so distracted by the thousands of thoughts swirling around in my mind. More than anything, I needed to spend time with God. I needed to get my heart right and my mind set on His truth and presence, rather than the negative and defeated thoughts I was holding on to myself. This park has a big pond and lots of beautiful trees and birds and ducks, truly an oasis in the desert. The sound of cars driving by in the distance, mixed with the final bird songs of the day, set a soothing and peaceful tone. Watching the water gently ebb and flow, with the light reflecting on its surface as the sun set and the moon was rising, began to calm my mind. It took my thoughts to such verses as Isaiah 26:3. You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. And Colossians 3:2, which says, set your minds on the things that are above, not on things that are on earth. Journaling a prayer to the Lord in this setting was the antidote to the chaos I'd been experiencing within, to shift my perspective back to that bigger picture and the eternal hope and joy that is so freely available to us in Christ. Pouring out my heart line after line upon the pages, the weight was lifting as I said these words to God. You are all I need, Lord. I'm sorry when I forget that. When I can say it, know it, but I can't feel it. But I know you're here, and I'm not giving up. I will find the joy again. It hasn't left. Not only had I been feeling overwhelmed by the stack of assignments and score after score of music that I needed to learn and perform, but personally, there were things in my life that I had hoped would have happened by now. There was a lot of heartbreak I was still healing from, and new hopes that had started to form, but now had begun to feel hopeless. Being only a little over a year into my walk with Christ, I was facing the temptation to crawl back into the very depression He had delivered me from. But it was this time of raw honesty with the Lord, meditating on the truths of His word, and remembering how much greater the gift of salvation was than my own desires, that made another little marking moment of growth in my faith. Jesus died on the cross for our sins and rose again that we could have new life and a one-on-one relationship with God. When we place our faith in Jesus, acknowledging our sin and believing that his finished work on the cross has covered that debt, nothing can separate us from the love of God. Nothing can snatch us from his hand. So the devil, being unable to sever that connection, now works to at least try to steal the very joy and depth of intimacy that is available to us in the Lord, slowly working to draw us away from spending time in God's presence and to sow seeds of doubt, fear, and pride into our minds, to keep us from walking in the empowerment of the Holy Spirit. Every time we choose to turn to the Lord and lean on his understanding over our own, I believe it is a little milestone moment in our relationship with God that strengthens our faith and trust in him. A small victory over yet one of many battles of spiritual warfare we are under, but those small victories add up and make us more confident and established warriors of God, and they bless our personal relationship with the Lord as we create space for vulnerability, which leads to a deeper confidence in him and comfort in knowing just how loved we are. I came to this park feeling like a scatterbrained mess, seeking the Lord even when my heart and mind weren't fully in it. But my spirit knew I needed a reset. I needed to be in his presence. After probably an hour or so of scribbling my jumbled thoughts and emotions to him, sitting still and looking out over the beautiful world he created, this poem was the final release and the declaration of trust for that night. Metallic liquid of the night, you calm my chaotic heart. As lights dance upon your ripples, I begin to feel at ease. Under starlight, as dusk takes its final bow, I begin to sense you again. Never gone from my eyes, I only temporarily lost the sight to see. See you holding on to me, with all your love and being. Warm becomes my soul again. I've finally accepted the free. Enticed by dreams out of my control, but now left at your feet. I'm weightless here with you, upon the lake of peace. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video could encourage you today. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and for more creativity that helps cultivate closeness with God, check out these next. This has been KO, here with you to create eternal perspective.